circle bright, weave your web of dark and light, earth, air, fire and water, bind us as one.
Hey everyone, this is CricketSong with Lunar Wisdom, and today's video is going to be discussing how do you define Wicca. Now before we get into the actual topic, I want to discuss a little bit what inspired this video. Now generally, my attitude towards people's opinions of me is really a very nonchalant attitude. I'll listen to what an individual has to say and I'll consider it, and then usually the opinion gets tossed aside because I truly understand that everybody is seeing a projection of what they are. So if someone were to tell me, God, you're a real bitch, you know that CricketSong? I understand that it's just a projection of what they see of themselves because I believe we reflect each other. So if someone were to say that, I'd be like, oh, really? I guess that's your opinion. I don't feel that way. You know, it's really on you how you perceive me. It doesn't really affect me in any way. If I'm being honest with myself and I am being authentic and I am aligned with my true will, then it doesn't really affect me. I suppose I'm finding myself in the situation with a need to define what Wicca is because I have had numerous people imply that I'm not really Wiccan. Now it's not only people online, but people offline as well in my real life here. And I can even tell you that this has been going on for some time because even people who I once was in a group with, and even individuals who I associated with in the pagan community here in the place where I live, even implied that I am not Wiccan, implying that in fact I'm more aligned with a left-hand path. If you are unfamiliar with the term left-hand and right-hand path, I do suggest you pause this video and take a moment and go look at basic definitions. And I guess I can just sum it up really that left hand is more focused on the self, where right hand is more focused on others, is a very loose description of what left hand and right hand paths are. So this isn't a just today consideration that I've been going through. I've actually sent an email to a few individuals discussing what they understood Wicca to be, and they're individuals that I value their opinion and people and individuals that I feel are well educated in the understanding of what Wicca is. And through these conversations that I had, we're going back a few months, maybe a year. I don't think it was a year, but at least 6 months ago, when I was faced with this question, the conversations led me to understand, okay, yeah, no, yep, I'm still Wiccan. I still identify with this particular label. But again, it has come up since then. So I sit here and I feel that when something like this continues to come up for an individual, for me, say, it's because it is something that needs to be addressed, that obviously there are still deeper understandings that I need to get a hold of in order to define for myself what Wicca is. And I feel that this is an important point in my own spiritual journey to come to some sort of understanding. It's this continually seeking what my authentic truth is on my own spiritual path. And I feel as if God herself is showing this and pointing at this as a point of focus, because there's something I feel I should or need to or want to get from this particular experience I'm having. So I present to you, my viewers and my subscribers, to ask, how do you define Wicca? And if you were to take your definition of what Wicca is, would I then, or someone like me who believes in the things that I do, be part of that? And would I or someone like me be an example of what Wicca would be for you? Now understand that I am an eclectic Wiccan, meaning that my foundation is based in Wicca, but I have pulled from other spiritual paths and traditions to form my own eclectic version of what Wicca is. And now I would like to share some of my tenets of belief with you to see if they coincide with your definition of what Wicca is. Before I do that, I just want to make a little aside note here that I find it interesting that Oathbound Secrets, Annika, on her Facebook page, just posted a few hours ago, what is Wicca, or something to that effect. And I was like, yes, this is what I am been struggling with. And I just had a conversation on Skype with Corey about what he thought Wicca was. And so I'm asking you, my viewers and subscribers. So here's my basic tenets of what I believe. I believe, and I'm reading it so I don't forget anything. I believe that God herself is transcendent and immanent, and that all beings are physical manifestations of the divine. I believe that the divine is represented in polarity: the masculine and feminine, the light and dark, the positive and negative, harmony and chaos, and that there is a balance that we strive to attain. I believe that this life is not the end, that it is just one of many we will experience. I believe that it is important to be connected to and have a relationship with the natural environment that I reside in. I believe that since I am a physical manifestation of God herself, that my body is sacred, and I believe it's important to treat it as such. I believe in my pure personal power, my personal accountability, and my personal responsibility. I believe that it is important to build and nurture a relationship with the elementals and the guardians. I respect and honor the elders, the ancestors, and the ancient ones. I have built a personal relationship with my craft tools, my athame, my chalice, my pentacle, and my cauldron, and my wand. I observe all esbats and sabbats with ritual, or through ritual. I practice witchcraft, and I understand, believe, and follow the reed, the laws of magic, the law of return, the witch's pyramid, and the 8 Wiccan virtues. Those are basics. Now we can get into the definitions of the reed and how I apply that in my practice. What do I understand by each of those things? The witch's pyramid. I can get into why do I feel that these tools are craft tools. I can get into what do I mean by life is not an end, it's just one of many. But I feel like looking at these basic tenets of belief that I am comfortable with calling myself Wiccan. One of the main issues that I feel that people look at me, look at my practice, and perhaps listen to what I say, have an issue with, I think one of the main points is that when I think of Wicca, I don't think of it as being an altruistic path, a spiritual path. I don't feel that Wicca is all about self-sacrifice. I don't believe that is what it's about. And I understand that people will then tell me, well, then it's for the highest good of all. It's for the good of all, that if what you want is opposed to the highest good of all, then you should always override yours to prove for the highest good of all. And I understand what you're saying, and I'm not disagreeing with it, but when we say altruism, I really think of a right-hand path when we talk about being altruistic. Everything is for others. Where the left-hand path is, there is nothing for others and it's all for me. If the left-hand path is me and the right-hand path is you, I personally feel that the path of the Wiccan is the path in the middle. It's the crooked path. It's the path that looks like the serpent. It's some of me and some of you, some of me and some of you, some of me and some of you. That's the image that I get. That's what Wicca for me is about. It's a balance that sometimes my focus is on me and other times my focus is on you. Because if I am constantly focused on you, I will become completely drained. I will give away all my personal power and I will not attain enough energy to give to you anymore. So for someone to say that Wicca is only a right-hand path, I personally feel you don't have an understanding of what Wicca is. Because Wicca isn't always love and light. At least that's my understanding. And maybe I'm coming from it in a completely wrong frame of mind. Maybe I'm not Wiccan. I mean, I'm coming with this because I guess I'm asking others out there who identify as a Wiccan. Talk to me. If you're not comfortable making a video response, comment. If you're not comfortable commenting, send me a YouTube message or email me at my email, CricketSong@lunarwisdom.net. I'm looking for advice, and I know in the end it's going to come down to, yet again, me making my own decision as to what I feel I identify as. I guess this is me searching for other perceptions and opinions and views on what Wicca is and how you define Wicca, so that for me I can listen and chew on it and contemplate some more and come to a conclusion about myself. I guess I'm just asking for your opinions and insights. And that's all I have to say. And remember, I love you.
Weave your web of dark and light.